Hey everyone, Andrew Frech here, the View and Product Reviews. Today I want to talk to you about my thoughts on the DOACE 350 watt cordless voltage converter and seeing if it's worth grabbing or not. So let's go and dive into this voltage converter and see if it's worth the pickup. And by the way, I did receive this from DOACE for free, so I don't have to return or anything. So anyways, let's dive into it. So if you're just someone who likes to travel a lot, this could be a great option for you because it provides multiple power outlets. So you have two regular outlets there, you have two USB-A and two USB-C. But at the same time too, you also have a bunch of different plugs to go around internationally. So if you're going to the EU, if you're in America, if you're in other areas, you have 4 different outlets that work in different areas. So these all work really nicely and they're all stacked together, which makes it really handy to pack away. So if you're traveling to different countries at the same time, you just stack them in this little stack right here and they're easy to go. So it's quick, easy, and it snaps right onto the back of this thing to make it very versatile for yourself. So just like this, snaps right on. Easy peasy. It's designed with a built-in AI chip that helps adjust the voltage and frequency, so it converts from 220 volts to 110 volts and makes it really good to be able to use around no matter where you're at, whether it's for US appliances or abroad, and you don't have to do any manual adjustments. It just adjusts on its own depending on what voltage you're using, and probably depends on the plug that you're using right here. So depends on which one of these plugs that you use. And because it's a 350 watt converter, it's actually going to be able to handle more devices and power than your typical 230 watt models might. So it makes it really ideal for whether you're traveling through the US and you need to connect things such as like laptops, CPAP machines, razors, or some other types of products. Anything basically under 500 watts, you should be able to connect just fine and not have any issues with. And just so you can see it for yourself, the plug types include the EF right here. This one over here is a type G. As you can see, this is a type A and B. And then this is a type C, L, J, and N. So there's a bunch of different types there that are going to work depending on where country you're going to and where you're traveling out to. So a bunch of different options there for these plugs there, just so you can kind of see them and see that they are actually individually labeled themselves. It basically means that when you are traveling about, you won't need to get different adapters for different countries you're traveling in because it includes a lot of the common adapters that you might need. And at the same time too, this also provides a bunch of different protection modes, such as overcurrent, overload, short circuit, and overheating. So it just gives you kind of peace of mind when you are traveling about and plugging your devices into this. And not to mention all of this comes with a little bag, so it's nothing crazy, but it does feel nice and seems to have a nice breathable mesh to it, which is going to be great to be able to pack this all away when you need to travel about with it, or you can just keep it in the box if you so choose. And overall, I really like this. DOACE does really well on their chargers. I've tested out a bunch of their chargers before, and every single one seems to work really well. It's not very loud, it's very compact, and at the same time too, it does charge multiple devices at the same time. So I can charge up, pretty much plug something into all these different ports there, and it will charge them without any issue. I haven't had any issues so far. Now, obviously, if you're using something like a hair dryer or something that requires a lot more voltage, that might cause some issues, but you'll see it in the description of what it recommends and doesn't recommend there. So just don't use anything that's going to require more than the 350 volts and you should be okay, or 350 watts and you should be okay. And then my setup here is quite messy. You can see that I've plugged in something into every single one of these plugs, and they're all on right now, including this actually, which is connected to this light right here. So this light is connected right there. Then I have this amp that's connected in. So turn it on, good to go. It's got power. This over here, you got this charged. This over here is charged right there. We got this charge in there, and we got this charge in there. So all these devices plugged up, charging at the same time, and I don't have any worries at all about overloading it because it can handle a ton of wattage and a ton of voltage. So this thing works really well. I like it a lot, and it's definitely useful for those who are traveling about and you need those extra little plugs right here or anything else that's going to give you some variety. This could be a great option for you. So thank you so much to DOACE for sending on over the 350 watt cordless voltage converter. Until next time, I'm Andrew Frech, the View and Product Reviews. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.